How do you supercharge your life and find that work-life balance that is so elusive that so many people are trying to look for but find it difficult to achieve or to obtain? In this video, I'm going to share with you some of the top tips employed by the most highly productive people in the world. And if you are a normal human being, a breathing human being just like me, you might find it difficult to be productive in your life most of the time. Now I get that. There are times when you experience the peaks of life when you are highly productive in your day. But I'm not talking about those spurts of moments when you're highly productive in some days in your week. But I'm talking about being able to produce consistent results day in and day out. There are days when you go through the day till the end of the day and you realize that you haven't done much and you have pretty much wasted most of your time. Well, Paul J. Mayer said this: productivity is never an accident. It is always the result of commitment to excellence, intelligent planning, and focused efforts. And I'm not talking about just being productive some of days. We are talking about being consistently productive most of the time. The reason why it is important for you to be productive in life is being productive in one area will affect your productivity in all the other areas of your life as well. And the reverse is also true. Let me give you an example. If you are not being productive at work, over time that's going to impact your work performance. Your career is going to suffer. Your work performance is going to drop. And as a result, that is going to have an ultimate consequence on your financial life. And when your financial life is affected and you are not earning as much as you can, then your relationships with your family is going to be affected as well. And that will also lead to your health degradation, for example. So it's important for you to get one area of your life right, and that will set the momentum to get all the other areas of your life right as well. In this video, I'm going to share with you the 7 top tips of highly productive hacks that are employed by the super productive people in this world that will help you to bridge the gap between inaction and massive actions. Let's jump right into it. Tip number 1 is to have a morning ritual. Now, if you are like me in the past, the chance is you might not be a morning person. You might struggle to wake up early in the morning and start doing things before the rest of the world is awake. Now, I used to be like that. I know what it means to be a night owl because I found it difficult to wake up in the morning, and I always like to cram things into the last wee hours of the day. However, when I found the secret of having a morning rituals, everything changed for me. I found that actually doing work in that forsaken hour in the morning is the key to productivity in your life. Having a morning rituals will set the pace for the rest of your day. Let's say, for example, if you wake up early, say 5 or 6 in the morning, and you start to have some quick wins, like making your bed and have a healthy breakfast, that is going to give you a boost in terms of your physical energy. And then what I like to do as well in the morning is I like to hug my kids and kiss them before they go to school, say that I love you to my wife and to my kids. And that will give me a boost in terms of the relationship energy. And then I like to also spend an hour or so praying and meditating on the Word of God, and that will give me spiritual energy. And before I head off to work, I like to spend 15-20 minutes just to lift some dumbbells or do some light exercise, and that will give me good physical energy. So doing all those things before 8 a.m. give me the mental, physical, spiritual boost in my energy that will set the pace for the rest of the day. Having a morning ritual could be one of the best things that you can start this year to supercharge your life. Tip number 2 is start with your why. Understanding the why behind why you are trying to achieve a certain goal is so important. This is the reason why a lot of people feel like they get stuck in a job that they do not like. In fact, according to studies, more than 70% of working class people absolutely hate their job. And the reason is, I believe they must have lost touch of the purpose and the big why they're doing what they're doing. And you do not even need to be stuck in a 9-to-5 job in order for you to lose the purpose of why you are doing what you're doing. Even if you are a small business owner, you can lose touch with your purpose as well. You can get stuck in a business that you do not have a passion for anymore. I know it because I've experienced that. Just because you are making the money doesn't mean that you are aligned with the reason why you start that business in the first place. So it is very important for you to understand the big why behind what you are doing, because that is going to give you the extra boost in motivation when the going gets tough. Because in life, you're going to face a lot of hurdles. When you are trying to achieve that goal, there are going to be many things that are going to come in your way to try to stop you from getting there. But if you have a big why, if you know the real reason why you want to get to that purpose, that's going to give you the sense of meaning to do what you are truly passionate about. So if that describes you, my friend, it is time for you to sit down and take a piece of paper, write down your purpose, and be reminded of the reason why you are doing what you're doing. If you are not in the right job that gives you that sense of purpose or meaning anymore, then consider get another one. What you are doing must be aligned with the purpose of why you are doing that, because that is what will keep you going when you lose the motivation or when you lose the focus. Tip number 3 is prioritize your 3 MITs. Now, what are MITs? MITs are your most important tasks. As you are starting each day, ask yourself what are the 3 biggest goals that you want to achieve for that day. It is important for you to have clarity on what you want to achieve for the rest of the day. Not only will it provide structure for you to attack the day, but it will help you to not approach the day randomly or haphazardly, because that is the fastest way to productivity killer. You want to stay productive and in the zone for the rest of the day. And being clear about the goals that you want to achieve in the beginning of the day could just be the key to high productivity. Now, I would suggest that you write out all your MITs in full sentences and then estimate the amount of time that will be needed to complete them. And then schedule them into your to-do list. And if you need to, you can even break them down into smaller goals that will be required for you to achieve all those 3 big goals. Now, these 3 goals should be aligned with the reason why you are doing what you're doing and why it's important to you, because that will help to give you motivation to stay focused when the going gets tough. Having that mental clarity, knowing that each of these goals will help you to achieve that overall end goal, will just help you get motivated and stay focused when you are in the rut. Tip number 4 is get rid of all distractions. According to studies, whenever you get distracted, it will take an average of 23 minutes and 15 seconds for you to gain your focus back. And we live in a digital era where we are constantly bombarded by a barrage of distractions all around us. It is so easy for us in this digital era to be distracted by our gadgets, by our phones, by the news feed, notifications, and a bunch of other things. So in order to help you to stay productive, turn off all notifications on your phone. You do not need those notifications. Believe me, you are going to survive without those notification feeds. It is very distracting for your phone to be on the alert every single minute. Close your office door, put a big do not disturb sign in front of the door to let all your other colleagues know that you are in the zone and you do not want to be disturbed. You can clear your desk, declutter, because a messy desk could also be another thing that could be a major source of distraction for you as well. In other words, do anything possible to help you to not be distracted in your work. It will help you to eventually get a lot of things done in a short period of time. Tip number 5, learn to say no a lot.
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
Now, it's important for you to say no a lot to demands and requests from people around you in your life. And it might be difficult at times, especially when the request comes from an authority figure like your boss. And I get that. Sometimes you want to be helpful to people. You want to help others. However, saying yes to everything is the fastest way to productivity killer as well, because you are going to be eventually overwhelmed by saying yes to everybody's demand and their requests. So learning to say no is an art in itself. You need to learn how to say no to all the good things in life even, so that you can make rooms for the great things. Oftentimes the enemy of the great things in your life are simply the good things in life. So learning to say no means that you are saying yes to your most important goal in your life. And this is the common trait of a lot of highly productive people in the world. They say no to maybe 99% of the things in their life so that they can make time to focus on the 1% of the things that they know they should be doing. Tip number 6 is simply to schedule fun into your schedule. Now, most of us forget to have fun in our daily schedule. There's this saying that all work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. You do not want to be Jack, you do not want your life to be dull, so schedule in some fun time into your activities. All these fun little rewards that you can give to yourself as a result of achieving certain goals can act as a motivation, because whatever that gets rewarded will get done more. So for me, I like to sometimes just distress or unwind, taking my family out for a drink, for example. It doesn't have to be anything fancy. It could just be a quick celebration over a small win that you have done at work, and you just have a dessert with your family, and that could give you the mental boost in your mental stamina to keep on going at that goal that you are achieving. The last tip, tip number 7, is a pretty simple one. It is actually get a good night's sleep. You might feel the urge to cram a lot of work into that extra few hours before you go to bed, thinking that that will help you to catch up with whatever things that you have not finished during the day. That could be the number one thing that will kill your productivity. Because when you do not get enough rest at night, you're going to wake up feeling groggy, you're going to wake up not feeling your best, and that is not a place where you want to be. You need to have a proper, at least minimum 7 to 8 hours of sleep every night, because that will allow your brain to recalibrate, and it will rejuvenate your body so that you are ready the next day, refreshed, to take on the day. If you deprive yourself of that 8 hours of sleep, according to studies, what you are actually doing is similar to somebody who is on the limit of alcohol consumption. That is right, not having enough sleep is equivalent to being drunk. That is how serious it is. So if you do not have the habit of getting enough rest at night, let's start by forcing yourself to get up early in the morning at the same time in the morning, because sometimes it's easier for you to force yourself to be awake at a certain time than to force yourself to go to bed at night. Sometimes we are just not able to sleep at a certain time. However, if you consistently keep your morning rituals and you wake up at the same time for, say, a week or two or even a month, it is eventually going to be a habit, and your body clock will adjust itself, and you're going to find it easier to wake up on time and to sleep earlier at night as well, and to get that 8 hours of sleep that you so desperately needed. So there you have it. Those are the 7 highly productive hacks that you can have in your life to help you supercharge your life, and that will help you to maintain the elusive work-life balance that you've always wanted. So I'm just wondering, which one out of these 7 tips stood out for you? Is there anything that I've not covered in this video that you have found to be useful to you? Comment down below. I would like to hear from you. And as usual, if you have not subscribed to this channel, I do release videos such as this on topics such as digital marketing, entrepreneurship, and personal development. So ring the bell for notifications so that you'll be notified the next time a video like this becomes available. I hope you've enjoyed our time together. I appreciate you being here. Until we meet again on our next video.